Hello, hi everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm Rosie. I'm the comms manager for Cardboard Alchemy, and today it's me because Peter is traveling and with his family, and it would be kind of strange if we went live from there. So you've got me, and it's a really fun one because Peter and I just met for the first time. So for some context, I've been comms manager for about, I actually have no idea how long it's been, but it was since like September, October last year. So someone else do the maths. And we've never actually met in person. So because Peter came over to the UK Games Expo and came to London just beforehand, we got to meet. I got to show him around London. And then we got to go around the UK Games Expo together with his lovely son, which was really cool. So yeah, I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I got from the UK Games Expo. Also talk about some of the things we got up to. If you want to hear about London, I can also tell you about what we did then. We did go to some board game cafes and we also went to the zoo, which isn't game related at all, but you know, zoos are fun. So yeah, and obviously if you have any questions about anything, which hopefully I can answer, feel free to ask them. And yeah, it's lovely to see you here. So yeah, Peter came over to London a bit earlier and we went to Orc's Nest, which is a board game shop in central London, which is like really, really old. It's been there for like, I think it's like 40, 50 years. So it's a really cool old shop. And it's sort of small, but like really, really tall. So there's lots of games. And we, of course, spotted Flamecraft. And we also went to Forbidden Planet. If anyone knows Forbidden Planet, it's like a classic nerd shop. And yeah, took him to the Ludicrous board game cafe in Croydon, and we played a lot of Lorcana, the new co-op mode where you're playing against Ursula, and we lost just over and over again. So that was great. And then yeah, we also played games at Drafts. We played Wingspan, which Peter destroyed us, but that was really fun. Haven't played Wingspan in person in ages. And yeah, we had a really lovely time. And the weather was only bad when we went to the zoo, which is kind of classic, isn't it? So yeah, it was really fun. If any of you ever been to London Zoo and have any thoughts on it, love to hear them. I like it there. It's really nice. It's obviously quite a small zoo compared to a lot of other ones, but yeah. And I have tea because I've sort of maybe slightly made myself a bit croaky. So I've got a slight sore throat, and that's normal after a convention. I was very careful, but you know, it happens. Have any of you been to UK Games Expo or a convention recently and managed to come out of it scot-free? Let me know. Yes, we went there traveling with his family. Ah, are you talking about? Hey, Croaky, thank you so much. Croaky, like a frog. I did buy some frog-related things at the UK Games Expo, so I think you'd all appreciate them. Hello, this is from the same person. This was a £5. This was £10. I bought both. Gibbon Tessie, I'm perfectly fine. Well. And it was your birthday weekend, so you are lucky. Yeah, look how cute these are. They don't actually sit, I can't show you, but they sort of sit like they're swimming rather than, because these have no supports in them. They're just, I love them so much. He's so grumpy. I like a wonky frog face. So yeah. But yeah, I had a really, really good time at the UK Games Expo. It's quite a cozy little group today. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised that it's smaller because one, we weren't 100% sure if we could do this one because I wasn't sure if I'd be wouldn't be 100% sure if I could do it because I'm not sure if I'd be unwell or not because the usual conventions, and obviously Peter wasn't sure, so we didn't shout about it everywhere because we were like, what if I'm sick? So it's going to be a very cozy one, and then people can watch this later on and just enjoy listening in to this joyful haul video. It's really a haul video. You're about to see a lot of games. Anime says that was in reference to you saying that'd be strange if we went there. It would be strange if you went to Peter's home. It'd be very strange. Peter's family's home. But yes, so UK Games Expo, not just wandering around, but we also had a little bit of a space at Lucky Duck Games to show the first production copy or the first or second production copy of Andromeda's Edge. And yeah, it's stunning. I got to unbox it. It's a little insight into how we planned out, the box and how we were going to get content out of it before it went to UK Games Expo. Is that Peter brought it over a week before, and I went and got it from his hotel, brought it back here, and then I did an unboxing. If you don't know what I do, I also, in my hobbies, I make content about board games, and I'm fairly well known for my unboxings. If you watch any of them, I do very quick, satisfying, crunchy unboxings because my entire background is in filming top-down transition content. I know it's bizarre, but that's what I've done a lot of. And so I've gotten quite used to doing them. And this is really the biggest game I have ever unboxed. I have unboxed Moonraker's Titan Edition. I have unboxed Beast. I have unboxed a lot of big games. I haven't actually ever done an unboxing of Everdell Big Box because I got it before I started the channel. So that would have been big. But this is huge. And it's got so many beautiful layers. And so because I also use the sound, because I like to keep the crunches and sounds in, I literally was recording it. And then Doug was next to me because he would like hand me bits to make it a bit easier and speed things up. We'd be going, oh my goodness, but we couldn't make any noise. And at one point, Doug was drinking tea behind me like this. And then he started making like gurgling noises, and I was like, "No, there's no gurgling in space, Doug. no noises." But yeah, it was awesome to unbox. It actually took 2 mornings because Peter and I had plans throughout the day. So the Monday morning I did the unboxing, and then on Tuesday morning I put it back in because I want to make sure that that video shows you how to put everything back into the box as well, meaning that if you're not sure or you'd rather watch a video, you have the option of watching that. So I still need to edit it down, but it's a lot of files and I have got them all now. They're on my computer, so it's off my phone. No one can hear you gurgle in space. Exactly. No one can hear you. But yeah, so I had a lot of fun unboxing that, and then I had to cart it back over to Peter to the hotel, and then he could drive it up to Birmingham because I was not carrying that box. You should have turned the vacuum on because space is a vacuum. Thank you. So I am enjoying the sound-related space puns. Please keep them coming. But yeah, that was really fun. And then obviously Peter and I had our week together as we discussed. And then we went to the UK Games Expo. And I am a member of press, as much as official as I could be. I have a press pass and I'm allowed to film. And Peter had an exhibitor's pass because he got one from Lucky Duck Games. And basically, we arrive on the Thursday. And I'll just tell you a fun story about my journey there because I'm an idiot, basically. I have my suitcase, which is still down there and still packed because I'm not that organized. And Doug and I were just so happy to go to the UK Games Expo. We sat on the train, I had my headphones on, just, listening to music. We got off the train, went to walk to Euston Station, which is our connecting train up to Birmingham. And I just looked down and there was just no suitcase. And Doug had no suitcase. And I was like, and I sort of audibly sort of screamed, really. And then ran with Doug, both of us sort of yelling at each other, just nonsense, going, it's gone forever. And Doug's like, no, we'll get it, it's fine. And we ran back to the platform. They managed to call up where the train would end up. And we then got on a train, went 40 minutes to Bedford, which is nearly halfway to Birmingham. And it was there. We managed to get it back. And then we went all the way back to London. So we were delayed by about 3 hours, but I'm glad to have it back. It had lots of things in it that are irreplaceable, like certain clothing that's been made for me. So yeah, that was very stressful. And I'm never, ever putting a suitcase up on the racks again. I'm too short for any of that rubbish that's happening again. But yeah, and there were a lot of jokes about looking after my stuff. I'm very happy that I got it back. Very happy, Anime, because it was a moment of hyper stress. I just thought I'm never getting this back. How I haven't even put my name on it. People put your name in your suitcase. I just didn't think I needed it for a train journey. But yeah, really, really silly. But once I was there, 3 hours later than I planned, it was fine because I planned to be there very early. Peter was already there, and there was a press night. So basically, they do this like preview night where they put out. I forgot indeed. I forgot and I'll never forget again. So they have this press night where they have mini booths. So people put out like a small amount of the games that are going to be new for this event, and you get to wander around, have a chat, and it's great for members of press or reviewers because you can kind of write a list of I definitely want to see that game. Now I already had my list because I've already looked at the whole thing and circled some things, but I did get a chance to speak to people that I then didn't have any chance to speak to the rest of the weekend. So yeah. I know it's good pun. I like the forgot. I like to use that because I'm very forgetful, which is hard to say. But yeah, so had a look around there. Didn't have loads of time, and then in the evening I played White Castle with Mark Monk, who is from Ninja Geek Games. He reviews games, and I know you see my Steven Universe pin. I'm a big fan. I've got a lot of nerdy things, a lot of pile of things around here. Don't look. But yeah, so basically. I destroyed him at White Castle. I have never played it before, and I kind of didn't really have a plan or really understand fully what I was doing, which must have really frustrated him, and that makes me happy. So that was good. And then the official event starts the Friday at like 9 o'clock, 9:30. I can't remember. Hordes of people rush in. And the first thing I did was I had to rush over to a friend's stall and give them all my merch, which I was selling to raise money for charity. So that's the first thing I did. Whereas normally I just run to Oink Games or I run to Button Shy because those are the two places where it's stuff that's harder to get. And or I have a list of stuff. Does anyone have like a plan when they go to board game events of the first thing that they do? Is there a stand or a booth that you always go to? Or do you like to just rest a bit and let the crowd go through and then wander around? Like what's your sort of game plan? Because that was mine. But it was, it was really fun, and I had just had a wander and I chatted to people. I had no meetings. I deliberately didn't plan any in this time because last time there was just too many things to think about. And then at 1 o'clock every day, Peter and I showed off Andromeda's Edge on the Lucky game plan. Peter and I showed up on Andromeda's Edge on the Lucky Duck Games stand. We had this little, I want to say it's like a meter by meter square, and basically, you we trying to the game doesn't fit a meter by meter. Let's be honest here. So we were sort of showing maybe a bit of one player and some of another player, and then we had the board out. And by day 3, we had the setup sorted because for the first time we didn't really know what we were doing. People turned up 15 minutes early, which was amazing. People were so excited; they were just waiting to see it. And so really, we were unboxing it in front of them. And so we didn't really have much of a plan, but by the 3rd day we were like, right, this is how it looks. I've done a TikTok on the Cardboard Alchemy TikTok. You can kind of see the setup. Probably most of the footage is from day 3, but there's a bit from day 1. So many lovely people came over, and it was any of you. Thank you so much. We had someone come over who was 8 months pregnant and said she only came to come see us. She came over and got Peter to sign the Flamecraft box, which he was just like, he just didn't want to ruin it. And we had people come over, and not Stephanie in the chat, but Steph had beautiful Flamecraft nails, which is also in the video if you want to see them. And yeah, absolutely stunning. They were all the little different resources. They were beautiful. And we had someone dressed as Loaf, which came up dressed as a little dragon, which is also in the video. It was so lovely. Everyone was really sweet, and I did bring a few promos with me, but I ran out like by the middle of the day every time. So note to self: bring more or find more. But yeah, so everyone was really lovely, and we had the painted minis out. One board game convention I've been to is BGG Con, which isn't a vendor convention. Yes, I'm aware that this particular convention has a large vendor area and then also lots of demoing happening and then a large open gaming area, whereas some conventions have one or the other or less. It just depends. This is how I package them. So if anyone is going to be taking some painted minis around, I put them back in the box and I just use tissue paper to protect them from any scraping into the molded inserts. Hopefully you can read that the right way because it's back to front for me. Oh, thank you so much, Ellie. My favorite mini. Gosh, it's difficult because I left the most difficult ones till last because I wanted to make sure I did them justice. And so I really did enjoy. These are actually varnished as well now. See, it sort of sits around it, and I can just do that. I really enjoyed painting Starburst. Getting the gold bits right took a few tries. And I did actually look in the art book to check the details and noticed there was little dots on this, which I see they're still in the box. That was so smooth. But yeah, so I loved painting this one, and the gold was really fun. And I also really enjoyed painting, surprisingly, you wouldn't think it with it's a lot of grey. Come on, come out, buddy. This is why I use the tissue. Thank you. I did meet Annabelle. Yes, Peter did as well. They came over on the last day, and I did go over and see them when they were working on the dog park stand on Birdwood Games. They were really busy, and then someone came up to me, and I just didn't get a chance to chat. But it was really lovely to get to meet them. It was really enjoyed painting Cole as well. So fun. Yeah, it was really. They did a really nice job displaying them. I came over and I was like, oh, they look so good. So that was really nice. And I've seen the odd video showing them, so it's very strange for me to see my things I painted on display. This was the hardest one just because of the shapes being something that aren't marked on it, so you have to kind of just figure it out. So that was definitely the most difficult one. But I kind of mostly struggled just trying to figure out what color grays to make the bases so they looked different. And I do like that some people have painted the color of the player on this bit, which I didn't do, but I think it's a really cool idea. So we had that on display, and we also had a giveaway running. The giveaway was for an art print of Lucky Lake because it was the stand. And then people filled in a little thing and popped it in this big wedding box that I bought from Amazon. And we got, I think, about 400 entries. I'm now in the process of going through them all, and then I will randomly select a winner and they'll be contacted. But there will be more giveaways coming soon for those that couldn't attend. So of course, wait for that. It should be very soon. But yeah, that was kind of everything we had going on then. But it was really lovely seeing so many people on the Friday and the Saturday. Sunday was much quieter, so people got more time with looking at Andromeda's Edge. But yeah, it was so busy, so busy. What some other fun things we got up to? Peter and I got to play some games in the evenings, mostly played games after the event together. I got to play Andromeda's Edge in person. I got to play a demo of another certain game I'm not going to talk too much about. I got to play, we played Port Royale, played a lot of Lorcana because his son's getting into it and Peter's enjoying it. Destroyed them a couple of times, but then they got me. Really got me. I also ran an event with Danny Standring, who's awesome. And Danny Standring and I did this. It was called Cozy Chaos. And basically, we answered some questions. We talked about games that we enjoyed from the show. I see your eyes, Ellie. Okay. And we also played a giant game of Railroad Ink, which I've shown the dice before on a previous live. I don't have them now because they're deflated, but it was chaos. I'm just telling you, I've played it. That's all. Cozy Chaos was awesome. Thank you. So Esther did go. But it was really, really fun. And it got like a little bit chaotic because instead of people throwing them up and over each other, they would just sort of volley them. And I have footage of one of the people just, and it just hitting people. So it was a little bit more chaotic than planned, but people seemed to enjoy it. And we played Railroad Ink as like two groups. So it was Team Cozy and Team Chaos. And it was really, really fun. How many people played it? I remember our huge game counts on PGA. So actually, it was two teams, and it was two teams. So basically, it was Team Cozy and Team Chaos, and it was audience versus audience. And the way that it worked was we'd roll the dice around with everyone. We'd say stop, and they'd hold them up, and then we'd bring them to the front, and then I'd get 3 volunteers from each side to come up, draw those on, and then we go again. So it wasn't like everyone playing, it was like group playing. And then we had big boards that we'd made, which were 5x5 grids instead of the, I think it's 7x7. So yeah, it was really fun. It went really well. I've got footage of it. If you want to see, I could share some clips. Literally physically huge, yes. It was huge dice, 3 huge dice and big boards, normal sized pens, because, you know, didn't really need big pens. And yeah, lots of people got involved and it was really, really fun. And I had a mic and I was sort of just commentating the thing, so it's really fun. So yeah, that was really good. Peter came and he didn't join in, but he had lots of thoughts of how we could have done better afterwards. Like, someone made a mistake, we could have done much better, but we still won, so it was fine. But I can show you some of the games that I bought and got, and there's other things as well. Genuinely brilliant. Thank you very much. I'll just put that there. Thank you. I've still got them, so I can bring them to future events. If I flatten them down, they're very light. Although if I bring them on a plane, there might be some questions. What are you doing with these giant inflatable dice? Yes, I picked up a bunch of things. So I got, this is the new Oink game, which is called Moving Wild. And it's actually a sort of reskin or an Oink Games version of a game called Zuli, which is designed by Unfringed Games, and they're super lovely. And this was like their first game, and then Oink Games were like, yeah, that looks great. So this sold out by, I think, end of Friday or Saturday. So given Tessie, you could play it on the plane. I'm not, no, that would be so dangerous. Hey, I want my giant dice. But yes, so I'm really excited to play it. I know Zuli, I like Zuli. It's kind of got Sushi Go style elements to it, but it's really cute. Pocket size. Hey, just going through what I picked up at the UK Games Expo. I've got a bunch of things. I'd love to know people's thoughts on them, if they're interested in this one, if they have it. There's another one here that I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it or not, but Doug really wanted to play it. So it's Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs, and it is the tiniest version of Gloomhaven, and it comes with minis. They're about this big. And it looks really cute. I mean, I'll play it. I just have absolutely no idea what to expect. There's like little teddy bears. But yeah, I mean, I'm very interested in playing this. I might do an unboxing of it, just peeling with tweezers, like maybe baby hands. I don't know. I feel like could be quite amusing or very difficult, depending on it. Hi, hope you're all well. We're in very polite conversations in the comments. I love it. I also picked up, this is actually a Lucky Duck Games one, and I got it from where we were standing. This is Paper App Dungeon, which I played before, and it's a solo RPG, solo journaling. Not journaling, that's wrong. Solo. It's kind of, you roll the pencil, and then you move around, and you're trying to get out with money and life. And you just keep going through, and there's shops, and you keep running through it. It's really good. I really like it. And I really like the bit where they ask you to draw your hero, which is super cute. The tiny box. It's so tiny, isn't it? Enjoy your hero. I've actually got one of these already. They've just changed the front of the box of the pad, and then they've also made it so it fits the pencil as well. But the design is by Gladden, and they do a golf one as well. If you fancy a golf one. But I really like it, and I know I've done a video on it on my hobby channel, and as has Jason EasyCat, he did one as well. And yeah, I also dice pencil, amazing, love it. Also picked up, I like my organization. This is the store Splendor, because Splendor is too big. It's just the box is too big. So Geeky Meeples 3D printed this for me. You can order from them or other people who have 3D printers. And this fits the base game, and that's all I need. And then I can take it with me in the bag. And it's got my color. They did it in my color. I've also got inserts for Deep Sea Adventure and Scout from them, and they're really good. So I've wanted one of these for years, and every time someone's like, I've got a 3D printer, I'm like, well, and that never happens. But this time, Geeky Meeples came through and they made it for me, and I'm super psyched because I might stick a sticker on it. Empty spaces, stick one. Has anyone got 3D printed things for their games to help organize them? Is it the same principle than in Dungeon Page, the PNP? I don't know. I've not played that one. But it's the principle is to roll a dice, and then depending on the number, you move either orthogonally or diagonally. And then if you hit baddies, you lose life. And if you get coin, you get money, and then you can spend it in future. And I usually just fail, but I do enjoy the process of moving around. It's really fun. Boxes that are too big for the actual game content are funny to me. I put a copy of Q-Birds in a Magic. Really? Is it that small? Wow. Peter once made a comment when talking about designing boxes and how lots of publishers designed to fit the game before it's punched. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Which is why our games have that space when it's sealed that will close up when you take the punch boards out. I really have a good one for Wormspan, how great the game is. There's zero internal organization, which is weird for Stonemaier. Yeah, I have a good insert for Wingspan actually as well, because even though it kind of has organization, I never really liked it as much, and then I got a wooden one. So yeah. I also picked up some solo and two-player RPGs. It's not necessarily me that plays all of them, it's my partner Doug, but some of you like RPGs, so I thought I might just show them off and maybe you'll be interested. So if any of you know Delve, this is sort of an expansion for it. Delve is when you're actually drawing out your little dungeon crawl with little rooms and stuff, and this is biomes. And yeah, it gives you like different things you've got to draw. This is actually a gift for my friend Jess. I'm realizing I've shown this everywhere, so unless she's completely off grid, I've definitely spoiled this. But yeah, I'm excited to give this to her because her and her husband like to play Delve together and make sprawling they've shown me pictures, they're amazing. Little stick men running around very long caverns. But yeah, Anna Blackwell is the creator, and they also did Apothecaria, which has critters in it, and a bunch of other things. They're very, very good. So worth checking her stuff out. You mentioned about the dungeon thing, a bit different but close. In Dungeon Page, you get more dice, but the goal is to fill the grid with your results and to get away to following numbers until the exit. That sounds fun. I like the sound of that. I love Apothecaria. I want to play it. It looks beautiful. Every time I go, I'm like, I can't afford this book today. But we've got Apothecaria. We've got a couple of the expansions for it as well. So it's very tempting. It does look super cute if you like critters. But yeah, so that was fun. I don't know too much about this one, but this is a letter writing RPG where my fiance partner and his brother are going to be writing letters to each other for this journaling RPG, which sounds really cool. They each got a book, and it says death doesn't mean you can't write back. So that interests you. In a completely different spin, we have This Frog is Ruining My Dungeon Crawl. Even just the name was an instant purchase because look at this majestic. It's very small. There's a frog. It's only little. I'm very excited. Have I heard of Corico? I have heard of it. Is that the mushroom one, or am I getting it mixed in my head? I've definitely heard of the name Corico. We also got this, which is super cute. Ironheart. I can't remember what you're doing, but it's about giant mechs. Actually, it was free for signing up to their newsletter, so it was pretty cool. It's got some funky art. I love the colours. But that was fun. Also picked up. Oh, okay. It's like Kiki's. I have not played it then. I like Kiki's Delivery Service. Be Like a Cat. If you've played Be Like a Crow, which is a solo journaling game where you're like a crow, you can be like a cat. This one actually uses dice, whereas the Be Like a Crow uses a deck of cards, which is quite common for solo journaling. And it's got some beautiful art in it. I mean, look at this little cat. Look at this cat. And this actually goes 1 to 2 player, and they also have these track pads for tracking your movement. And look at this. We love dice. Look at this. I'm going to play board games with a friend on BGA TTS night. Any recommendations for online 2-player games? Ooh, trying to think of ones that I've played recently for online. I mean, there's a lot of games that play more than 2 that are still good at 2. Like, I mean, Railroad Inc. is obviously a fave. I think Similo might be for groups. Cartographers is quite good on there. Do you want a big game or a little game? Yeah, just chuck them in a game of Andromeda's Edge. I think that's definitely the move to make. Great, isn't it great? I've got a few of these, so I'm excited. 2-player ones to play on there. I'm so boring. I always go with the same ones. Sea Salt and Paper, which I've taken about a month to play. Sorry, guys. But yeah, oh, I'll have a think. Other people suggest some, because my brain is full of these new games and then bet they're not on BGA. Also got some pins, because we love pins. Cavernous. Oh, okay. Oh, that's upside down. These are the new Oink pins. That's for Rafter 5, Dropalter, Moving Wild. I keep forgetting the name of it. Yeah, it's called Moving Wild. So pins. I'm a sucker for pins. As you could probably tell, I have a problem. And those are all the small games. I've got some promos if you're interested. Ask the server later. Good shout. My brain's like, what are some good ones? Like, I mean, you could play Everdell on there if you want to play Everdell. Hanabi, yeah, little games like Hanabi. So we've got the Grogu Star Wars Unlimited. I actually don't have any Star Wars Unlimited but this one, so I might have to resolve that. Did I get any dragon pins? I did not get any dragon pins. Spots is a good one. Spots is a good one, yeah. And then Doug did the Unmatched tournament. He didn't get very far, sadly. Usually he comes like really top. I'm not even joking. He comes like second. But this time he went against someone who was really good really early and they just knocked him out. But these super shiny foiled promos that you get for getting to certain levels, you can see the foiling because of the shininess of the plastic. But they're really cool. Oh, look, there you go. You got a Grogu too, yeah. And then the Lorcana Flotsam and Jetsam, which is drawn by Brian Kessinger, which is a friend of Peter's. So pretty cool. But yeah, and then there's this big stack of games next to me, which are other ones. I didn't even get that many. I honestly don't know how anyone gets so many, because you just can't. I mean, obviously you got cars, but still, it's just so many games. Foil on Fire and Flames looks wicked. Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, it's like rainbow metallic, and the other ones, it's there, but it's more subtle. That's why you can't see it as much. They did a smashing job though. If anyone likes Earth or yeah, it'll be Earth. That's by Inside Up Games, and they also have this game called Draft and Write Records. I've not played it yet. There's actually a review copy they gave to me, and I'm really excited because I love roll and write, X and write games. So this is about, I think, making a band. So, you know, I can relive my dreams of when I was a teenager trying to basically emulate Snow Patrol, because I could play the over and over. So I was born for it. But yeah, I'm excited. This looks really good. It's got more. It's quite a chunky one as well. Look at that. And you can't see it, but they've put a texture on it that's like a vinyl record. So it's like, I mean, talk about extra. You can kind of hear it. I love it. So cool. This is where it gets harder to pick them up as we go, because my arm's going to have to get further to the floor. Picked up an Exit game. So anyone here like escape rooms? Because this one has my favorite escape room mechanic, which is where they split you up. I think they do anyway, I'm pretty sure. They'll split you up and then you have to talk to each other about what you can see in each cell, because you'll be able to help each other. And I love those kinds of ones where they split you up and then you have to communicate. So I'm really excited, and I hope that's what this is. Potentially, most likely. I mean, it has to be. It does say Team Extreme on it, so fingers crossed. A board game for all those kids who played Rock Band nonstop in high school. Yeah, I did. I used to be in a group of friends who had to play it on hard mode, and then I'd sing Evanescence, Bring Me to Life. I was perfect. They just kept screwing up. But you know, what can I say? I also got, I'm going to make a huge mess here. Love escape rooms, making my husband a series of escape rooms for our anniversary. One for each year, and the contest will be out all the year we had. That sounds amazing. Oh my goodness. I used to make escape rooms for Doug. Occasionally do it every now and again. And I really enjoy doing them. So do let us know in the Discord some, you know, because he's not in it. Is he in it? Because then we can know what you're doing and we can help. That's super cute. I love it. I adore escape rooms and immersive theatre. And a really fun thing was happening outside the UK Games Expo was there was Viking reenactments. We were just discussing earlier whether it was LARPing or reenactment and what the difference is. And if anyone knows the exact difference between reenactment and LARPing, please let me know. I have a rough guess of what it is, but I'd like to know if anyone has an official answer. But I think it was Viking reenactment. I was allowed in, and I got to play a game called Hneftafel, which is like it looks like a chessboard, but it's very different. One of you is a small little settlement in the middle with a king, and the rest are soldiers trying to get the king. The king's trying to get out. It's really fun, and it was really lovely. I got to meet a Viking called Solvi the Problem, which is the best name ever. I now want all of you to come up with your own Viking name now. Hneftafel, thank you. Let's put that up there. Hneftafel. So live action role playing when you're playing a TTRPG, but it isn't TT and it is you. Hneftafel. Do you know Hneftafel? That's awesome. I enjoyed it. I'm going to make my own version, or I'm going to buy one. But I like the fabric boards they had and the fact that the bag became the fabric board. I think that was really cool. Philosophy is cool if you like chess, like two-player games. Oh, I don't like chess because I'm rubbish at it, but I do like other two-player strategy games like Onitama or Hive, those kinds of ones. Oh, your 5-year-old loves it. That's awesome. Hneftafel, do you have a handmade one, or have you bought one? Is there like an official one out there? Let me know. Reenactment. Okay, so reenactments are specific historical wars and battles. I don't know if they were doing that or not then. It was probably LARPing, but it was great. It was great fun. Boop is a great one. Hello, Box Meeples. How are you doing? Shout out to Box Meeples who advised me to use inflatable dice rather than foam or card, because it would have been way more catastrophic if I'd have used a harder material. Although I don't think people would have thrown them as much. I think they would have rolled them. But it went really well. I wish you were there. But yeah, so yeah, it was really fun. The Viking, I definitely would have loved to spend more time in the Viking little village if I wasn't at the UK Games Expo, because it looked so cozy and they had all their little like layers of clothes on, and they were just making stew and hanging out and playing games, and there was a dog. Little tent, so cute. Wish we were there too. I know, but you were, in a beautiful country on your honeymoon. I mean, I'm not going to say that you were in hardship. There you go. Did get a lot of messages from them during the event being like, how's it going? What are you up to? Living vicariously through our trip. Also, this was the game I heard the most about at the event. I'm not sure if anyone's heard of it. It's called Harmonies, but I think it's like a bubble of information, because I had heard loads about this game and a bunch of people had, and it sold out by Friday afternoon. But when I did my event on Sunday, everyone was like, never heard of it. So who knows how this information spreads or why I was like, I'm buying this game. But it's kind of a mix between Cascadia meets Azul, because you're still grabbing all of the tiles off of a section like in Azul, but you're making this little landscape with different kinds of terrain, and you'll get points for matching terrain patterns or putting them in the sort of right way. But also the animals have terrain patterns, and that's how you get points as well, putting these little cubes on top. So it's really cute. Heard nothing but good things about Harmonies. I'm glad to hear it. I really liked it. I actually did that terrible thing where I just bought it out of FOMO, and then I got to play it because I have a friend at Asmodee called Hannah, shout out to the amazing Hannah, who wanted to sit down and have a break. And so we went and played this, and there was no demo spaces free to play it. There was another game that no one was playing, so we just cleared that away and got my copy of Harmonies out, and we played that, and it was really good. Yeah, loved it. Really cool. Have a look at that if you're interested. Oh, the games are going to fall. Nothing happened. Did I venture into the Bring and Buy? Heard it was much better organised this year. Fun fact, never been in the Bring and Buy, ever. I don't sell games. I'm really bad at like dealing with that. I've never eBayed anything in my life. I think I tried to once and got very stressed. So that's why I have so many games. I've just sold like one in my entire life. I give them away, but I literally have no energy for selling them. I have a copy of Burano if anyone wants it. Seriously, it's heavy and I never play it. Yeah, I didn't go in, but I heard that it was empty. But like, if anyone went in at the end of the day, it was just empty, and then it filled up in the morning the next day. So I didn't go in. But when I went to get my tickets, there was like a very neat queue of people going into that. So they were completely out of the way, and you'd have to actively hunt out the bring and buy to go to it. I literally never even saw where to go. So that's a good thing to keep it out of the way, because if you want to go, you'll go. So I think that's a pretty good thing to do. But no, I didn't go. I have a game that I bought for us, which I'm excited about. Some of you already know. Hues and clues. Hues and cues. Is it Hues and cues? It's Hues and cues. My plan is I'm going to stick this board to my wall, and then I'm going to take a photo of it, and then we're going to give clues, and then everyone's going to guess. Let me get it out so I can show you. This is a heavier box than what's going underneath it. This is going so well. If just imagine the chaos that's happening around the screen, and it's half the chaos that's happening. This is actually a very thick board, so I'm going to have to really, really tape it onto my wall. But it's a big board with lots of little Pantones or little things on it. Come on, here we go. It's even bigger than that, and it's got a grid reference on it. And basically, I'll give like a word, say peppermint, and then each of you will give a grid reference, and you'll be assigned a color. But what I can do is I can just get more little doodads, and as long as there's a space, people can join in. So I think I can probably get it up to like 20 people. So anyway, you have a color, you put it on. I'm going to use blue tack. Then when everyone's done by the deadline, I'll give like, say, 24 hours or whatever. Then there's another clue, another word. Then everyone uses their second color. So I think there's 2 or 3 matching ones. Then after that, everyone's gone. I'll tell you which one it was. And then if you're in like a little grid square, you get points. If you got it exactly right, you get more points. And then someone else gives a clue. Or I'll get the Cardboard Alchemy team to give some clues. I thought it might be fun to give like dragons from Flamecraft as like names, or maybe Sindara can give some. I thought it might be fun. But if anyone has any ideas for that, I'm going to give it a go. I just need to find a bit of wall space to stick it up on. And just, I own the walls, so it'll be fine. I think I do. So yeah, thought that'd be fun. Join the Discord. It's linked below if you want to join in on some of our fun and games. I'm excited to play this. I've been doing it with some friends who also have Hues and Clues on their Discord, and it's always fun. And you can just sort of leave it up with blue tack things on. So I'm excited. So I bought that for all of you, because I don't normally buy party games, but I thought this is for you guys because I want to do it. And it was the last copy left at the Op Games, the people that made it. They said it's the last copy. I want to play with my friends, but the limitation that all clues must be nerdy. And it could be. We could have like themed games. But yeah, or we could give like a themed suggestion for the next one just to tie it in. But yeah, the one that people always give is Barney, and I didn't really watch. What was Barney in? The purple dinosaur? Was it Barney and Friends? I don't know. I didn't watch it. People always give that one on like the adverts, and I'm like, not a clue. Not a clue what purple that would be. So, it's cold now. Good stuff. Delicious. I'm gonna put that down there, and then I'll just deal with this mess later. It's so fallen over. Everything's fallen over. It's great. But yeah, there's loads of other bits and pieces. Like there was some freebies. Grimace purple. Is it just Barney? It's just Barney. I guess either it wasn't in the UK or I wasn't the right age. I'm not sure. Barney is aubergine emoji color. It's cool. And there was a stand giving away free little dragons. And you could paint them up, and you just had to sign up to their newsletter. Since then, I have received about 12 newsletters or emails, so I will be unsubscribing. But I did receive this, and I also got one for Peter as well. So I might paint that up. It might be fun. Paint that up. Maybe I could do it like one of the Flamecraft dragons. Maybe. And I did get loads of other little bit. I got a fidget device, which I was really enjoying. And then Doug took all the stuff to my parents to pick up the dog. And then my dad stole said fidget device because he really liked it. So great. I now have no fidget device. Thank you, Father. But yeah, there's loads of little bits knocking around. One thing I really liked the event was the quests. So there was about 4 or 5 quests running, and I didn't do any of them because I was completely oblivious to them before like the end of the week. But there was one going on that I would have definitely done if I wasn't zooming around so much. It was a Catan or however you want to say it, quest where if you found someone wearing a funny hat that symbolized one of the resources, they would give you a little bag. And in that bag was 5 little, I don't know if I've got it, it's somewhere, 5 little badges. No, it's not here. 5 little badges that showed a cute little kawaii critter version of wheat. And you'd put them on your lanyard, which they did really wide this time. And then if you found someone going around wearing, say, is it brick badges or stone, then you would trade with them. And then once you collected one of each, you could go and get the robber pin, the robber one, and you'd finished it. And I thought it was so good. And I did see these people going around with these funny hats on. And Peter and I were talking about how good it would be to do like a Flamecraft one where you had to go and hunt down like different resources and then or different dragon types. And then if you did them all, you could get a fancy one. I've no idea how to make that work. I'm pretty sure Catan must have worked very closely with UK Games Expo because there are very serious rules around handing stuff out outside of your stand, and they don't like it. So wood for sheep, exactly. It was great. I think that it was the robber sheep or some kind of, it's like a black sheep, but it was really cute. I love the little designs they did on them. I thought it was a great bit of fun, and that was only one of the quests going on. There was another one where it was a stamp quest, and basically a load of small businesses, little stands selling giftware and stuff, they had their own different stamps. And if you went to all of them, you could be entered to win £1,000 or £1,000, which was amazing. There was another quest, but I can't remember. It was another stamp quest for a different thing. But there were a bunch of them. And I thought that was really creative because at a gaming event, it's fun to have games running at the same time. So I'm all for quests. I love a quest. I'm currently planning a wedding and there will definitely be a quest. Box Meeples, don't listen because they might be there. But yeah, so I loved it. I would have, if I had been like a general punter, I would have been doing all of them. But I wasn't. I was running around like a lunatic. But yeah, it was really, really fun. I had such a nice time. I'm so excited to go to Essen because we might be there. And any other events this year. I absolutely adore conventions. I adore being around gamers and being around people like you. And it's so interesting by the end of it when you're around so many people and then you're not. And you're just like, it's like a shock to the system. I got very lucky because what happened was we stuck around and stayed. So I stayed an extra 2 nights. Peter stayed an extra 2 nights at a different hotel. And then we just camped out at my hotel's like restaurant area playing Andromeda's Edge and other things. And it was really lovely because we sort of just, it was a small group of us playing games, which kind of pulled me down slowly to the, to like not being around loads of gamers. Whereas Doug just went home on the Sunday and was like shocked to the system, not around loads of people, other things. You got me, other things. But yeah, so I got really lucky that I had that lovely experience with Peter and his son. Whereas, yeah, like other people would just have this sudden like, and there was definitely some moments where I went back to the hotel after playing games till really late, and I had such a lovely time. But sometimes you're just like suddenly overwhelmed, and I just sat there in the hotel room eating peanut butter out of a jar, just sort of, huh? That definitely happened. Definitely did that. I did bring peanut butter with me. I will do that. But you know, I think sometimes you just need to do that when you're around thousands of people. So it was really lovely. I had such a nice time. But yeah, and so thank you so much everyone for listening to me ramble about the UK Games Expo for like an hour. If you have any questions about anything, please do ask. I don't know what I can answer, but if I can answer them, then I will. But yeah, I'm hoping that you all had wonderful weekends. And did you get to play any games? Please let me know if you got to play any games. Are there any new games on your radar? I have one game that I would like to share with you, which is my crowdfunding shout out. Let me get the banner. Whoa, it should have music really. Crowdfunding shout out. Which I think some of you will like. I do. Apotha Bakery. This is the prototype, and there's Spot UV on it. I mean, talk about extra. It is absolutely stunning. It is chocked full of art. It's designed by two people who are from Leamington Spa in the UK, and they're so lovely and so sweet, and they are absolutely smashing it. I think they're over £200,000, and I've played it. I love it. When I opened it, I was just in shock at the amount of stunning art. So have a look. They've got little animations and stuff going on. Spot UV on a prototype. I know, right? As someone that has printed many things in my time, from art to projects and stuff, Spot UV is so extra. So yeah, and it's just very, very pretty. It's got critters and little fox travelers and different things. It's got cakes, and it's also got a lot of resources that kind of look like they're from, say, Stardew Valley or something. They're just, the way that they're sort of drawn feels very things you would find in Stardew Valley. But yeah, check it out. It's by Lux Lupo, and it might interest you. When I played it, I think it was a very similar weight to Flamecraft, and it's not your dog box meeples. But yeah, so have a look. It's also got a little bit of Pokemon-y vibes with the Fories, these little animals, and they have different resource types. There'll be like plant ones, and then there'll be stone ones, stuff like that. So have a look. But yeah, really, really enjoy it. Really pretty, and it's got dual layered boards. Are they cardboard resources? They're card resources, so they're actually cards that you then turn into pulling potions from a bag, and then you use those potions to create these cakes that cure travelers. I know it sounds very random, but it's very cute. So it's actually, and they've done there's a deluxe version, or an alchemist's version it's called, which has acrylic ones, and the acrylic ones are clear because they want it to look like potions, and there are wooden tokens for other things. So yeah, one of my favorite things is they've put, what is it? So they've got these lovely printed bags. And I actually can't get to everything, but there's little windy point counters. So you just like roll it on either side. There's art throughout. It's stunning. So yeah, shout out to Poth the Bakery. Will put the link below. I didn't do that, but I will. And it's beautiful, and they're doing so well. Doing so well. I'm so happy for them. Stunning game. So yeah, let's remove the banner now. And any questions? Any questions? Well, I have answered if it was your dog, Box Meeples. Your dog is not in that game, but you could contact them. Maybe they could add it before they finish printing it. Sadly, no French. Yeah, they're not doing any other languages than English. I assume it's because it really is just a team of two, and it's an awful lot of work to make multiple different languages. It's a lot of processes and stuff like that. So most likely to save them headaches. But in the long run, they may get language partners, and then they can deal with it after it's made. So you never know. But yeah, and it's a pre-stretched game, which means there's no stretch goals. It's already like pre-stretched, which is a very interesting thing to do. So I think they're probably just saving themselves like any extra stress, which is understandable. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for listening to me waffle. I do love a waffle. And if there's any, has anyone said they played any games? Someone said they played a game. Sail. Is that the all play game? I haven't played any of their small ones. I did play Pollen. Was it Pollen? One of theirs? I'm not sure if it was one of theirs. But yeah, I've not played any of their small little box games yet. But I'm very interested in Chomp, which is a dinosaur game. I love a dinosaur. Oh, some comments. Have a look. Even CA abandoned me. We've not abandoned you. Sales fun. Travel friendly. I love a travel friendly game. Is it indestructible though? That's usually my category for Uber travels. I've been playing the new Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. Well, how are you finding it? Because I have it. I just got it. What are your thoughts? I've never played Gloomhaven, so keep that in mind, because this would be my first experience of any part of the Gloomhaven world, or Frosthaven. I've not played any of them. I don't have the space. It's huge. I'm just working out where I'm going to put Andromeda's Edge, because I will get my copy back. So basically, the one I unboxed and we showed at the UK Games Expo is my copy of Andromeda's Edge, because I need to film and photograph and make loads of content for you guys. So, but Mark Dainty, who loves it, and he stole it, basically. He stole it from me. No, he took it. So Peter took it back to Mark Dainty's to play. There are some photos knocking around on the BGG. He posted some, and also on a UK trading and chat group of the 5-player game they were playing. And it sounded like it went really well. It was really fun. Everyone had a great time. And then eventually, Mark, once he's done like making content with it, he'll send it back to me. I don't know how he's going to send. It's a heavy box. It's going to be heavy. It might be easy for me to just go get it. I don't know. But yeah, I will get it back. And then Doug and I can start playing it. Yeah. Will I be painting the buttons and bugs minis? I don't know. These aren't. I might do a slap chop dry brush just to make them look stony, but I do not know. I have not seen how small they are yet, so I'm not making any promises. You played 6 games of buttons and bugs. It's quick then. 20 minutes. It is quick. That's cool. I love the size of it. It looks like they went, let's make the big box scale, but small. It's so cute. Place is really at a premium at my place, and each pass I receive is making space is really a premium place, and each pass I receive is making my health less and less happy. I cannot even tell you how surrounded by games I am right now. Obviously, literally, I need to put these games away after I've done a haul video for my channel. But a bunch of games arrived today that were sort of just on their way. I've just got the Septima Deluxe German version. I'm going to swap the Deluxe with my retail and then figure out what to do with that. There's a bunch of stuff, and I seriously need to have a sort. What I normally do is donate any games that I'm like not got space or they've got to go to my local library or board game cafes, depending on what games they are. Because the library will probably want like simpler games because it's usually young kids and families. And then my local board game cafe has lots of different types of gamers. So that's what I normally do, but I need to do it again. I keep doing it every few months, and it's sad, but it's got to be done because I'm in a flat. So, Oh, I got the immense space. Don't worry. I was like, place is really a premium. The minis are very tiny. Yeah. I guess the point where I need a new bookshelf for my games. I've been good, but not buying new games recently, though. Yeah, this is the newest one that I got, and there isn't space for more. This is the limit. It's got art books at the bottom, and I'm not getting rid of those because I love art books. So yeah, it's definitely a thing that I have to deal with, but it's fine. It's just the nature of what happens. I often give them to, if I'm like, I really like this game, but I'm not going to play it for a while, give it to my family or friends, and then I'm like, hey, when I visit, I'd like to play that game. Done. But yeah, what's the game that you can't say a Cardboard Alchemy game because it's not, is everyone's gonna be the same thing? What's the game that you would never get rid of, like ever? Is it like a special game that you're thinking it's irreplaceable or got lots of memories attached to it? Is there a game that you're, and what game are you like that might go soon? You're tempted. I'm trying to think of my answer because I know there's a bit of a delay. Spots. You would never get rid of Spots. You would never get rid of Spots. I mean, it's a good game. It's a good game. I like it. It also doesn't take much space, so I don't see why you'd ever have to. My husband's childhood copy of Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. I mean, it sounds like it's got a lot of memories attached to it. If I had that and had no memories, it would be gone. But I understand. Is it big? It has Bert in it. Oh, Bert. I love Bert. Has Bert in it. It's also the only game on the entire shelf that's his. It's huge. Is it as big as Andromeda's Edge? I feel like that's not a knife. This is a knife. Childhood copy of Labyrinth. Oh, Labyrinth is a classic. I haven't actually got it. I don't have any of my childhood games, but I would be equally as attached to it. Probably not as big as Andromeda's Edge. Well, it's not big then. Yeah, I am. There's a couple of games I've been happy to get rid of, but haven't done it. It's Cottage Garden. I don't dislike it. I just own Indian Summer, and they're both by UE Rosenberg with the polyomino system, very similar to Patchwork. But the games are, when you're like, I would really only play that one if I was picking a game like Indian Summer or Cottage Garden. I would just play Indian Summer. I just prefer that one. So owning both with the space issues, I've just happy to move it on. And then there's also games I would never get rid of. I mean, Everdell, big box. Never. It's beautiful. I just can't see there ever being a time when I'm like, get rid of my giant box. And Railroad Ink, obviously, but it's small and replaceable. So I think that's kind of different. It's fairly easy to come by, whereas I'm not rebuying Everdell. No, it costs so much, so no. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. This was so lovely. It's very random, obviously. Nothing new here, always random. But I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I'm aware that some of you have a longer amount left to your day than I do. It's 8 o'clock in the UK on a Friday. What are you doing this weekend? Let me know. Write in the comments. Once you're able to, let me know. If you got to the end of the video, I like doing this. If you got to the end of the video, comment on the video, banana. Then we'll know that you got to the end of the video. I'm grateful for the Everdell big box because someone I knew got rid of their Still Wrap base game because they got the big one, so I got it for free. That's cool. It's 11 p.m. here. That's very late. What are you doing? You're on holiday right now, watching me. Wow, you must love me. But yeah, what am I playing this weekend? I don't know. Maybe Hues and Clues with all of you. I'm going to set that up. And it's my dog's birthday. Well, we missed it because it was at the UK Games Expo. But we've got him a little cake and we've got him a little toy that looks like a squashed hedgehog. And we're going to have a picnic. And it's his birthday. And that means he's 8. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a shock to the system. I don't want to think about that. But anyway, happy birthday, Dobby. Happy birthday, Dobby. I'm gonna cry. Looking at a storm on the other side of a lake. That sounds amazing. Send pics in Discord. I want to see. I'll see a storm. Might filter out all the cheese. We've got a lot of cheese going on. If you like cheese, join the Discord because we love cheese as a community. It's all about the cheese. But yeah. Your doggo is turning 12 next January. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Think about cheese instead. Don't think about it. Not thinking about it. Nope. Not gonna happen. But yeah, thank you everyone. I'll just keep saying thanks until I leave because no one's gonna stop me talking but me. This is the problem I have. I will just keep going forever and ever and ever. Which is why Peter and I are the worst together because we both talk forever. This is just what we do. So but yeah, I don't know if he's back next week. I don't know. Hopefully. I will. And, hopefully Peter too. Maybe. Potentially. We'll find out. Join the Discord and I'll tell you. Your dog lived to be 17. Oh my goodness. Here's hoping that Dobby has another 10 years. Yeah. All right. And on that moderately depressing but also happy note, goodbye everyone. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll speak to you soon.